Always, we stay in the region now, where at least 8 people were killed in US strikes on Yemen's capital of Sanaa, including women and children, according to the rebel Houthi media. The strikes targeted the Thaqban area in northern Sanaa, with additional attacks reported in the Houthis' northern stronghold of Sada and Amran provinces. Houthis also claimed another missile launch towards Israel on Sunday. Israel's military says it intercepted the missile before it reached its territory. These latest bombings raised the death toll from US strikes in Yemen to 228 since mid-March, based on Houthi reports. The US military says it has hit over 800 targets under Operation Rough Rider, killing hundreds of Houthi fighters and leaders in an effort to curb missile and drone attacks on international shipping and on Israel. Meanwhile, the Houthis, aligned with Iran, say their attacks are in solidarity with the Palestinians in Gaza. Their actions have disrupted traffic through the Suez Canal, a vital global trade route, forcing ships into longer, costlier routes around Africa. Now we are joined by Rubinder Sachdev, international affairs expert, to discuss this further once again. Rubinder, thank you very much for joining us. This assault from the US has been going on for around a month now. Strikes happening pretty frequently. How would you assess the success of this operation by the US, Operation Rough Rider?
Thank you so much. I think one way to estimate would be by looking at what the US is claiming, right? As to what variations from that are, we don't know. But what the US is claiming is that in this last 6 weeks, it has degraded the ballistic missile capacity, or the number of ballistic missiles which the Houthis were shooting, by around 70%. So that means before March, whatever the number of missiles Houthis were shooting, now they're shooting only 30% of that, ballistic missiles. And with respect to the drones, the US Central Command claims that the drones are down by 55%. That is, the number of flights they've seen of the drones are now down to 45% from the period prior to the beginning of this Rough Rider. So, I mean, if you look at this logic, see, the US military goes often by a 80-20 rule. So, I mean, it would theoretically then look to degrade or reduce or bring it to a point that the ballistic missiles are down to 20% of what they were before when the operation started. And similarly, the drones are down to 20% from before the operation started. So that would indicate to me that this operation would continue for some more time till they've degraded some more. That's one scenario. The other is, of course, the Iranian situation in the background. But with respect to the Houthis, I expect the Americans to continue still more.
Rubinder Sachdev, thank you very much for joining us.